Have you ever felt like you're spinning your wheels all day and getting nowhere? For me, productivity wasn't just about working harder. It was about learning how to focus on the right things. I discovered that true productivity comes from building the system, simplifying my day, and focusing on what truly matters. But here's the breakthrough. Doing less and prioritizing my health, wealth, and relationships made me not only more productive, but also happy and fulfilled. That is why in this video, I'll share the strategies that help me unlock the secret to doing more by doing less. So over the past few months, I've completely changed how I approach my daily life. And it all started with focus. I realized that focus is not just about productivity hack, it is the foundation of getting things done and doing them well. When I began systemize my daily activities, everything became smoother. I stopped trying to do everything and started doing less. And by prioritizing health, wealth, and relationships, I created a life that feels more balanced and purposeful. And the result is, I'm more productive than ever. But I'm also less stressed and more present in every single aspect. I want you to watch this video until the end and implement every single strategy I mentioned in this video. So now, let's talk about why focus is the key to true productivity. As we all know, the average of human attention span was measured 8 seconds back in 2013. Now imagine the introduction of short-form content back in 2020. Since then, we've shifted from consuming long-form content. Instead, we've chasing cheap dopamine from 15 seconds video. Now think about this. If you want to be productive just 1 hour today, whether it's starting your business, writing online, or just study for your exam, you might struggle because your brain is trained to chase quick dopamine, and it only achievable through short-form content. Focus is the key to true productivity. You don't need to rely on productivity hacks that these YouTubers told you. Instead, work on rebuilding your attention span every single day so that you can begin working without distractions. Whenever I want to do deep breath, I apply these 2 principles: no social media, no multitasking. You don't need to do 3 different things at a time to feel productive. That's one of the biggest problems in a modern life. You might walk down the street, sit in a coffee shop, order a coffee, and start working on your business. But then you feel hungry, you want to eat food, and you decided to order some food. Believe me, you won't be productive if you work while eating. Just do one activity at a time. It's either your work or eat. And also put your phone away or put it in your bag. Even if it's just 30 minutes work, it's still meaningful. You need to focus. Now you know that the key to productivity is not about these fancy techniques. It's all about concentrating on one task and finishing it. Once you master this, it will be easier for you to start working without distractions. So this is how you can systemize your daily activities without getting distracted. Most people are at their peak focus in the morning, right after they wake up and start doing the tasks. You don't need a morning routine to get things done. Of course, cold exposure, meditation, and journaling are good for your well-being, but they are not essentials if your problem is focus. If you want to be productive, you have to train your thought to be productive. Here are the 3 things I do every single day that make me feel like I've completed the day: deep work, fitness, and reading. Even on days when I feel tired and exhausted, I still make sure to do these 3 things. The key is to stay consistent and keep doing these 3 things for the next 12 months. If you want to be productive and change your life forever in 2025, you have to take big steps and focus on your productivity. This doesn't mean you have to achieve every single goal you have set. Instead, just focus on 3 major things in your life and make consistent progress every single day throughout the year. In fact, no one cares about 10 different goals you have set this year. The only person who can measure success is you. So focus on 3 things, and I recommend choosing activities that improve 3 things in your life: health, wealth, and relationships. By focusing on deep work, fitness, and reading, you're already improving 3 things in a day. And I want you to remember, progress takes longer than you think. You won't achieve financial freedom, build an aesthetic physique, and fix your relationships in a year. The only measure of success that truly matters is you become a better version of yourself every single day. Now you know how to systemize your daily activities. The truth is, you don't need to do more to get more results. Instead, focus on 3 areas of your life this year: health, wealth, and relationships. Now you have a clear perspective on how to be productive. This is where you realize that by doing more things won't get you more results. Instead, focus on the quality of the effort you put in, Now, let's dive deeper into how to achieve more by doing less. In economics, there's a concept called the law of diminishing results. If you increase one variable input while keeping other variable constant, the result will be a smaller increase in output over time. Let's say you start writing online 1 hour every day. Eventually, you increase your time and hit a maximum. Let's say 4 hours. Beyond this, even if you add more hours, the results won't increase. Instead, you end up wasting more time without improving the quality of your deep work. To achieve better results, you should focus on both time and intensity of your work every single day. Too often, we only focus on the time. How can we put in more hours into this work? But when we do this, we end up working with just 50% of intensity. And Cal Newport highlights this idea in his book, Deep Work. He argues that the maximum amount of focus that we can do in a day is just 4 hours. Beyond that, our brains start to slow down and we end up wasting more time than we realize. So here's a question to ask yourself every time you sit and do your work. Can I achieve more with less time? It's not easy at first, especially if you're training your focus, but you can't achieve better results by working more and less focus. Instead, you should aim to focus deeply with less time. For instance, if you work with 90% of focus in 16 minutes, you will achieve better results than working with 50% of focus for 120 minutes. And with that 60 minutes, you can do other things. Don't force yourself to work longer hours without increasing the intensity of your work. You could just spend 60 minutes working on your business and achieve far better results than working 120 minutes of your business but you constantly getting distracted. We all know that more hours doesn't necessarily more results. What truly matters is the intensity of focus you put in every single hour. Now you understand the concept of diminishing returns in productivity. This is why effective time management is crucial for your productivity, especially when you focus on your health, wealth, and relationships. Because our focus is limited, we have to make the most out of it. Now, let's dive into why prioritizing health, wealth, and relationships is important. There was a time in my life when I was making most money, but I didn't have a good relationships with my friends and family. I've also experienced the most productive season of my life, yet I don't make much money and I don't have good relationships with my friends and family. And that is when I realized the combination of health, wealth, and relationships is important. I'm not saying you need to balance these three things at a time. I believe there are seasons in your life when you should focus just on one thing. If your biggest challenge is to make money and building better life, start working on your business. Stop thinking about your health. Stop thinking about your relationships. If you have already made enough money and you lack a better physique, it's time to focus on improving your sleep, exercise, and eating more better foods. If you struggle with dating or maintaining better relationships with your friends and family, start living in the present moment and practicing how to build good connections. Here's a simple question I want you to ask yourself. What is the one thing I should focus on more this year? I've mentioned before that you should focus on activities that improve your health, wealth, and relationships. But the truth is, there is one of these areas that need more attention. So identify what that is and start focusing on more on this. With the right strategy and consistent effort throughout the year, you will make significant progress in all three areas. Now you know that prioritizing what truly matters, your health, wealth, and relationships. You now have everything you need to know. After watching this video, there's no time to procrastinate. Remember, productivity is about improving your health, wealth, and relationships. Start implementing 4 things I've shared with you today. I guarantee that if you stay consistent, this year will make you the most progress. You finally realize the problem with your productivity. I'm cheering you on from afar. You've got this. Let's quickly recap everything I've covered. First, why focus is the key to true productivity, and then how to systemize your daily activities for success. The power of doing less to achieve more. Lastly, prioritize what matters: health, wealth, and relationships. If you're struggling with productivity and need personal guidance, I've created 7 powerful frameworks that help 2 of my clients change their life forever with focus in just 30 days. Click the first link in the description below to book a free appointment with me. And don't forget to grab my free course and my free ebook, link in the description below. And enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.